Alrighty. Hello everybody. I mean, first things first, don't use your hands. I mean, you can, like, I'm talking punches, because it's a pretty janky game. Where's the guy? Like, yeah, you can, then if you go full force, it doesn't really work. You can grab them, like this, snap their neck or something. Lesson number 2, with swords, like short swords. I'll show you a couple of things you can do. You can always like have it towards them and just try parrying their sword. Just look at where they're going, smack it with your own blade. And also, good tip, always try and smack it the end of their sword with the hilt of yours, or like above the hilt, because then you gain more control of it. And then once you get used to that, you can start attacking after you parry. Go like that. Usually after they attack to this side, your right side, you can slash them. The left side, they normally block it again, so you can only poke them. But if they do a right attack, you can kind of slash them if they don't go into another attack. Come on. A bit like that. That wasn't that good, but you always want to aim for the neck, because that's usually the weak point. You can also always aim for the legs, get them distracted, and then poke them in the face. Alright, I've got my great sword. I'll show you a couple of things you can do. This one's very long, so once again, you've got the parries, you've got disarm, and then pokes and slashes. So, I'll show you the disarm. You usually want to, there's multiple ways you can disarm people. You can smack them by the wrist, and then does that and it knocks out of their hand. Smack them, and then so that's one way of disarming people. The other way is a bit more tricky, where you poke them in the arm, and then they just drop their weapon, and then you can smack them. So those are disarms. I'll show you how to make people fall over. So what I usually do is hold it at the bottom, and when they attack, oh, he's a good one, smack their leg, and they just completely ragdoll. So if you like smack them like just above their calf at their knee, they'll usually just fall over. I don't know what he's doing. There's many weak spots on them. An example is the neck. Like I said before, you can slit their throat and they'll just die most of the time. So this guy's got a helmet, so it'll probably be difficult. You can also decapitate them and other limbs. Like a few cool moves you can do, like parry, spin and smack them. And that usually works. Spins are pretty useful. They're mainly just flashy, but they also build up speed and power, which is pretty good. And he's gone flying. Reynolds sword, this is a good one. So, one thing you can do, grab it by the blade and smack them in the stomach, and that'll usually stun them for a bit. Like that. You can get a bunch of hits. I completely messed up all of those hits, but yeah, also, if you knock them to the floor, once again with the sword you can grab the blade of, if you knock them to the floor, you can grab the blade, just stab them, and you get more accuracy if you got, like, so if you just do it like this. It's like you just prod in at them. Still works, but also you kind of want to get an advantaged area on them. I don't really know what to call it, but it's like, now I'm out of his way, like he slashes, completely misses, and I'm like out of his way and I can see his back. Usually if you can see their back or like the side of them, then it's a lot better. Like if he attacks, I'm behind him now. Like, you can just run around him, they won't know. Stab him in the jaw, don't know how I didn't kill. Something like that. Next up, axes. We can do one-hand axes first. It's pretty simple, just clobber them around the head. Don't really have any special tips for axes. Like with a greatsword, how you can disarm people. They're very basic. Like, I mean, like the best thing you can do, you can grab their blade like that, and it will like stun them or whatever for a bit. I'll try and grab their blade back. Completely missed that time. But also, if you're ever throwing axes, don't do it like this. Do it sideways. It's more likely to hit them. Or smack them in the handle of it. Example. And then you throw it forwards and it's just completely gone. Good areas to grab are the wrists, because if you grab their wrist, they're just you just ragdolls. You can just do whatever you want. Also, another thing you could do, they attack, you duck, grab the leg, and they've just fell over. You can slit their throat, whatever. That also works. Also, if you've got modded knives, you want to grab them by the end when you're throwing them. You dodge that one. Not Bahrain. Definitely. Where's it gone? Let me get another. But if you don't have a modded knife, like, out of my way. If you don't have a modded knife, like the common dagger, and you can't grab it by the tip, you just hold it normally, and it'll automatically go in that position. So I'll show you stuff about knives now. If I get, so you should do the dagger. One good thing you can do is they're usually pretty good at parrying, because you do stuff like that. Yeah. I usually hold them like this because one, it looks cooler, and two, it's easier to parry, in my opinion. Something like this. It's like you're holding a kitchen knife or something. Like, cut some cheese. So you dodge that one, but they're usually pretty vulnerable to knives because they're like quick. Come on. Some fancy things with daggers. So there is one, I'll probably have to go into slow mo to do it. When they attack from their right, your left, then what you can do is, I'll do like a big swing. Thank you. Don't mind. You want to duck down in the game and in real life, so you get as low as possible, get behind them, stab them in the back. You can usually, come on, I missed that one. No, when you're behind them, you can just stab them, do the old. So what I'm doing, I'll just try it in slow motion. So hold on, let me get infinite slow on. So you slow-mo, crouch behind them, stab them in the back, neck, head, wherever. Usually the neck is the best. I'll show you this two-hand axes now. Like something like bearded axe. Get out of my way! I'll show you some wrestling moves next, they're called. Right, so usually what I want to do, what I'd do is I'd hold, because most people they'll probably hold it like this, just chop out. But I'd hold it like really high up, so then you got more control of the blade. You can parry easier. And then after they either miss or you parry them, you can usually smack them pretty easily, or do like a sledgehammer thing and move your hand down whilst you're going down to get more range, but that doesn't always work. And told you can decapitate you with 200 axes. And you can do some pretty cool thing that you can smack them down like that, which is a pretty good technique. Or just stun them and then smack them, decapitate them, do whatever you want. Thrusting sword, what's the badger? Something like this. So when you're doing them, I'm a lot better than these. Now that I've said that, I'm going to absolutely fail miserably. So with these, you always want to have the point of it, because there's no slashing with this. It's just stabbing. So you want to have the point of the blade always facing towards them, like no matter where it is. And you want to practice your parries, because you may not want to parry in riposte or something. But so you can, when they see attack, you just smack the blade out of the way. It's not like a proper block, like with the short sword and great sword. You just push it out of the way. So you got me then because I missed, but like that. I'll show you the circle parry. It's very useful. So what you don't do is just draw a circle with the tip. Because most people think like a circle parry is like a big circle, but it's just a little circle with the tip and you poke. So when you're doing pokies, you want to have this in real life, your foot, one foot facing forwards, the other like you're doing a lunge basically, but your back foot is perpendicular to your front one. And then when you're attacking, you want to change where your hand is, still pointing at them, and then poke forwards whilst moving your foot in real life forwards. If your room's pretty small, you probably can't do this, but you can also use jumping to your advantage. That's another quick tip. But yeah, thrusting swords are pretty useful. I hate the invisible ones. Alright, and then I'll show you one more time with the circle parry. And push their sword out of the way and just stab him in the face. I completely missed his sword then, but still made a circle. Usually with the circle parry you don't move your blade and stab. So you just stand still and then stab him like that. Ow! Just smack my hand. Where you run up, grab onto this, and then push, turn around. Oh, it's too far away. Grab onto this, so I'm going to slow mo for you. Turn around. Oh, I keep going too far away. Come closer. Is that a bomb? What I'd normally do is I'd push off, land on top of them, stab them in the head. That works. And you can also use these spikes and throw them onto it and stuff. Right, now I'll show you a whole montage of the skills being used. So, yeah, here we go. thank you for staying to the end. I'll show you a special bonus tip then. Die ready. Right, yeah, I'll show you a special bonus tip, right? So, fun fact, this is a little secret the devs tried to hide in the game. If you parry someone like that, right, when they attack up, parry someone, didn't get it then, but sometimes, watch. Whew, wonder how that happened. Pretty good, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, one more time. Whew. This is actually just too powerful. God. Didn't even hit it that time. Let me try and... Whoa.